right now.
All right. I think we both pushed it. We are recording now, right?
We are recording now, yes.
Okay, great. Welcome everyone to our orientation for freshmen and sophomores for 2020-2021 school year. Want to let you know that throughout the summer, the faculty and staff at DCS have been working very hard to be ready to go with a very strong version of virtual learning. And so we can kick the school year off and get everyone as strongly as possible in line with all of the curriculum that they need, make sure that we meet everyone's needs as far as that goes. So with that, I want to jump in. Our mission, empowering students to reach academic excellence and to embrace community service as global citizens. And our vision is inspiring students towards discovery, citizenship, and scholarship. And today, when the faculty and staff gathered, we really talked about our focus on empowering our students to own their learning and take responsibility for that learning, and inspiring our students despite being in virtual classrooms. And that is really going to be a big focus for us, making sure that we're empowering all of our students to be connected to their learning, to own their learning, and to be inspired with many of the things that they're asked to do. So with that, I want to let you know tonight we're going to hear from Mr. Schofield, Mrs. Santiago, and Dr. Grisham. And they'll tell you a little bit about what they do for the school. We probably have some new students in the room. So those will be some faces that you want to be familiar with. And for those of you who know those faces, listen in for a little bit more information on what they do in their respective areas. So Mr. Schofield, we go to the great and mighty, the amazing, always humble Mr. Schofield.
All right, guys, a lot of you know who I am already. Some of you survived my class. Some of you live with me, you poor things. But I run Canvas. Next slide, please, Dr. Jackson. So I'm the e-learning specialist. I'm the computer science department chair. I'm the teacher of the year. I do all these stuff. So I run Canvas. And I need to point out to you guys, you had some problems last year. Some of you decided to procrastinate, put assignments off the last second, and tell your teacher, oh, it's not in Canvas. I never saw it. Well, when you say that, guess who they call? Me. And you don't realize this, I see everything in Canvas. I see everything you do. I see every page you look at, timestamped. So I will then log into your account. I'll go to your page. I will find the assignment. I will screenshot it. I'll go to your login. I will find every time you've seen that page, screenshot it. I will then email you, the teacher, your parents, Dr. Grisham, and Dr. Jackson and say, here you go. Here's your lying. Have a nice day. You guys who know me, that's exactly how I write the emails. That's what I say. So remember, I see everything in Canvas. I see everything in Google. If I want to, I can read your email whenever I want to. Am I going to? No. No. I am not that bored. I have way too much to do to read your emails, but I can. So be aware of this. I see everything. So don't put your work off and tell the teachers, oh, I never saw it, because they're going to call me and I have to go do work. I want to take a nap, not go search your login stuff. So on the next slide here, if you need to reach me this year, everybody has my home office cell phone number. It's it right here. You can call me. I know the kids, they think calling's like the old people, so you can text me too. That's fine. I don't care. I do teach first, second, and third period. So I'm busy in the mornings, but otherwise I'll get back to you pretty quickly unless I'm being bombarded again, like happened last spring when I had 1,000 emails and phone calls the first 7 days of the pandemic. Not even lying, 1,000 phone calls, emails, and texts. That's okay. If you need help with like the screen's not working, whatever, you can't make things work, we can do a Zoom meeting and I can kind of walk you through stuff. I got a lot of phone calls of my email's not working. I log in and go, well, you spelled doctor incorrectly. It's OR, not ER, by the way, it's OR. So your schedules, as you've probably seen in Pinnacle's not up for you guys yet for whatever reason, we don't know. So to get your schedules, it's a little tricky for you this time. Your Canvas classes have all been uploaded. I spent 5 hours today doing that. So they're uploaded. You have a homeroom and 6 classes. So when you go into Canvas tonight, if the courses are published, you should see them all. If not, wait until tomorrow before you panic and call me and go, let's just go through this. They're all there. They got to publish them first. Okay. Once they're all there, you should see all 7 of them. Click on each one and then go to people. And so like first period Schofield, third period Avila, whatever. Write that down. Because we don't have the time to email 590 schedules out to people individually. So go to your Canvas class, go to each one, click people. If you can't find it, contact me and say, where is it? I'll screenshot it for you and say, here you go. That's how you find it. It's very easy. So it's a little weird start. So Thursday morning, I will be awake against my will. I'll be awake and active by 7:30 to help you. I am not a morning person. You guys know me. You know I'm not a morning person. I've been like noon the past month. So 7:30 that's unholy. And I see kids nod their heads like, I'm with you guys. So like 9 p.m. school will be perfect for me. So I'll be awake by 7:30 to help you. It's Thursday morning. If you have issues with your email or Zoom, whatever. Check your emails tonight and tomorrow. Make sure they're working and you've not forgotten your passwords in the past 8 weeks. If you have, let me know. I think that covers all my stuff. Canvas, schedules. I think that's everything for me.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Schofield. So for those of you who are new to the school, I'm in my 3rd year as the high school principal. You can reach me on email, and if you need to find me, you can hunt me down on our website and send me a message there. I check my email probably a little bit compulsively, so I usually get back to all parent or student emails within 24 hours. Now, occasionally I'll make an immediate response and say I'm going to get back to you. If I fail to meet whatever deadline I set with you, please send me a reminder email. I had a case of that recently where I told a student I'd get back to him by Tuesday, and on Thursday I got a reminder email, hey, what about Tuesday? Well, that's come and gone. So I really do like to communicate with parents, with students, any questions they may have, that any of you may have, anything I can do to support you. My job is really to facilitate the success of you all, the success of our teachers. So the more that we communicate, the more that you let me know what your needs are, the more I can deliver on that job of facilitating your success. So with that said, I want to jump into some unique expectations that we have that you probably won't find in our student conduct code or parent handbook. I'll cover those in just a second, but just some really unique things to virtual learning. First of all, it is essential, if you haven't already, that you complete all of the information in Family ID. That is where we collect all of our information. If we need to get in touch with you, we have information in there. We have sheets that you need to sign off on. That makes you an officially part of our program, and we have all of your information. So I know not everybody has gotten in there. If you're one of those people, please make a point of getting that done. Mr. Garber and I will be running reports and then doing some virtual door knocking. Those people who haven't gotten it done yet, it's just essential. We have vital contact information in there that we need, just all the information that we need to be able to contact you. And if we can't contact you, to know who that second contact or the third contact might be. So a expectation that we really need to partner together, parents, this year is just that really that you stay connected and that you check progress constantly. You stay up to date. I had some things happen in the spring where I reached out to a parent and the parent had gone off to work, like many of you probably will have to do, and trusted that her child was in class. And actually, her child was not attending class. And so just really making sure that you're keeping up to date on what's going on. And if you're having issues, you're reaching out for support. What we really need is that our students have a learning facility and whatever supervision that you can provide them with. It's not going to be possible with all families, and I understand that. But providing that supervision in terms of just perhaps checking in and making sure that they have what they need, and checking in with their teachers and making sure that they're meeting their deadlines. So that facility needs to be well lit. They need to have access to all of their materials. And when we get to the student expectations, you'll see what we expect of our students, and we'll look for you to help us with that. Make sure that you're getting all the information you need from our school website, doctor's note, one call, and also visiting Canvas and looking at the teacher's syllabus as those become available for you to look at. So you're aware of what the expectations are in terms of assignments, assessments, and all of those things, so you can support that. And communicating directly with the teacher. A lot of times I'll have an interaction with the parent and there's a question about a course, a concern, and they haven't yet spoken with the teacher. So that's always the first place that I would ask you all to look for questions about grading or anything like that. Start directly with the teacher. We need also that absences need to be communicated through our school secretary, just like they would be if we were in place physically in school, so that we know, help us measure that accountability matrix. We want to really shoot for high attendance. Even in the springtime, we had high 90s attendance, which was really great compared to other schools in the area. And we want to shoot for attendance that's really very commensurate with what it would be like if we were meeting face to face. And again, just communicating with me, any concerns, any assistance that you need, please let me know, bring me into the loop, so that we really, as we have some expectations of you, you should have some expectations of us. And one of those should be, like I said, to facilitate your students' success. So anything that we can do to do that, please reach out to me. Now, students, our expectation is that you'll attend all classes every day, that you'll log into Canvas by 8:15 a.m., that you'll attend class in a well-lit environment that's with a distraction-free environment. So if you have to put the dog outside because he likes to bark while you're online, that's what you need to do, whatever you need to do. And I understand you might have circumstances where you have siblings, younger siblings running around making some noise. Some of that is unavoidable. We had some of that in our teacher training today. So we understand that that's part of the background of working virtually, but to the extent that you can minimize that. A school uniform, you need to have the school uniform shirt on. I've got my DCS shirt on, so have that school uniform shirt on, be sitting upright. Controlling that background noise, not having cameras or phones on, but using your laptop and observing proper Zoom etiquette. When we launched into this in the spring, students didn't know what to do, and teachers really were kind of learning as they went. And I visited classrooms where students were full on reclined in bed with their covers up and covers pulled over their head. We really need to establish a classroom environment in these virtual lessons to get the most out of them. And the more that we can do that, the more successful we'll be. And students, I would ask that you communicate directly with your teachers regarding problems, clarification, any extra help. And there are scheduled office hours for you to do that. So I want to segue now to this schedule. This advisory period that you see is every morning from 8:15 to 8:45 for 30 minutes. There are some very important things that are going to happen in advisory. Number one, we're going to have information that goes out, school-wide information. It might be district updates on, could be on COVID, could be something else unrelated to that. But those will be a focus of it. And as soon as that class gets up, that will be run by students who record that in a studio setting and present that. Your teachers will be able to present that in advisory. The other important piece of advisory is social emotional learning. So social emotional learning is a required component of the, it's a state mandate. It's mandated that we do it. So here's the upside to social emotional learning. Districts who implement, schools that implement very deeply their social emotional learning have demonstrated an up to 11% gain in student performance. So it really is about maximizing student performance. And so as we really look at some of the things that you'll be doing, I think you'll find that those lessons are highly interactive, an opportunity to talk about maybe some crucial events that are happening around you, as well as events that are going to help you focus on getting the most. I think we start off with focusing on making good decisions, achieving your best, and getting the fullest from your potential. Talk about three really crucial concepts to get your head around as we start the year. So we'll be launching into those, and I'm really looking forward to that SEL. We spent quite a bit of time on that today. Doctors Charter School has spent quite a bit of resources on that, and your teachers are spending considerable time preparing those lessons for you. So make sure you're for all of that. You can see your other lessons, your other classes to attend here with the break in the afternoon for lunch, and then you see the office hours. Tuesdays and Thursdays is extra help in office hours. Key that you take advantage of that. Visit those office hours as need be. As a college student, I was frequently in my professor's office hours. It helped me graduate with honors, and believe me, I was nowhere near the stellar candidate going into university, but I used those office hours to maximize my potential, and I would suggest that you do the same. Now you see that those are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays and Wednesdays are faculty meetings, department meetings, opportunities for our staff to work together. So really just wanted to highlight that. Wanted to take a look quickly at our calendar. You'll notice that our calendar is different than the Miami-Dade calendar. When they came out and said, we're starting on the 31st, we got together as a community and talked about, well, do we really need to wait to the 31st? We're ready to go. We've been doing virtual learning since the springtime, and we'd like to stick with our calendar that we shared with the community. Many of you may have already had things planned for this calendar. And so there's some real advantages for us to keep this calendar, but just do make sure that you know the first day of school. You can see that here, and know that it's not in line with Miami-Dade. Other important dates may match up with that. So I just want to really quickly point out, you can find these under, if you look on the website underneath the parents, you can find both the student parent handbook and the code of conduct. I won't go into those just for time's sake. Besides, many of you have been here for a few years. You don't need to review that in entirety. New students, parents, please familiarize yourself with that. And returning parents and students, please look for anything that might be updates. It is important that you understand all the elements of the code of conduct. You will be held accountable for everything that is in that code of conduct. And in Family ID, there is a place that you sign off that you have read and you understand the contents. So with that, I want to turn it over to Miss Santiago. If she's still on the road, she'll be joining us from behind the passenger seat, I hope.
I am behind the passenger seat. I just wanted to say hi, everyone. My contact information is there on the PowerPoint slide. And feel free to send me an email if you have any questions or concerns. Next slide, please. So again, I will continue to monitor and I will be the main contact for any student that has an IEP, any student that is gifted with an educational plan, any student that has a 504, and our ESOL students. So again, if you are new to our school and your child has one of these particular plans, please reach out. I always like to introduce myself to our new students, kind of tell them where I am in the building so that they can come and and feel safe and welcomed to our school. So I'd love to have a virtual meeting with our new students. So parents, please make sure that if you are new to our school,
All right, I think we've lost Miss Santiago. See if we can get her back real quick.
next slide.
There she is. We
Before-
lost you for a minute.
Oh, sorry. Probably bad connection here. I am, if your child again is new to DCS, I would like to schedule a Zoom conference. Please send me an email, and in this email include your child's full name, grade, and ID number. Next slide. Ninth graders that are gifted, and that is any new ninth grader or any eighth grader that was in our school last year. We do have to meet in order to update our educational plans for gifted for consultation high school services. So please send me an email, and that way we can schedule a Zoom conference in order to update your child's educational plan for gifted. Again, include the child's full name, ID number, and any best times and dates to meet with your family virtually. Next slide. I am the main point of contact for testing. We do follow our state and district testing guidelines. There is a tentative testing calendar scheduled and posted on our school and the district website. We obviously don't know what testing is going to look like in the spring, but be aware that we will have testing. I was on a Zoom conference today with College Board, and that 45-minute testing that we had the students do for AP classes in May will not occur. They are speaking of having the full 3 hour and 30-minute, whether that be virtual or paper, but they will no longer do that 45-minute testing. So be aware that we will not have a second year where we do not have testing. So be prepared, pay attention in class, and make sure that you are ready to do the best you can on these assessments. Also note that any student in grades 6 through 10 in English and any tested benchmarks in EOC, so your civics, your biology, US history, etc., you will have beginning of the year assessments and you will have mid-year assessments from your computers at home. That's why we've asked you to pick up a laptop from school. It's parents, we do expect you to monitor your students during this type of testing in order to make sure that test scores are valid. So please, when your child has testing, please make sure that they are free from distractions, that they don't have any other devices with them to look up answers, and that you are there to monitor their progress. Next slide, please. And attendance. I'm also a main point of contact for attendance. As it's been mentioned, students will need to log into their Canvas homeroom by 8:15, and then they go into their Zoom class at that point. If your child is going to be sick, please make sure that you send a notice to Ms. Dean, and you can copy myself and Ms. Gaston. We will continue to use one call if we have concerns with attendance. And then once we have those notices excused, then we put that in the system. Please also remember that we do have the 5 unexcused absence and 10 unexcused absence for an annual course. We don't know how that's going to be impacted, but that is something that we do have to keep in mind. So please make sure that you excuse your absences with proper documentation. And next slide. I have the privilege and honor to welcome back Miss Dr. Grisham. I'm sorry. She is our high school guidance counselor. Her contact information is there for you, and she does have a few slides coming up for us. And Miss Valeveras is our new mental health guidance counselor. She was our 8th grade language arts teacher last year, but she is now transitioning to a mental health counselor position. Her contact is there. If you have concerns for your child's mental health during this pandemic, please make sure that you reach out to her. She's going to be a great asset to joining our team. I'm not sure if she's out there right now. Maybe she can say hi. Don't know if she's joined us, but I know Dr. Grisham is in, so I will pass it on over to Dr. Grisham. Thank you, guys. Did you guys lose me again? What happened?
Yeah, hi everybody. So I just wanted the permission to unmute myself. Can you go to the next slide, please, Dr. Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, so as some of you may know, I'm the high school guidance counselor. My name is Catherine Grisham. I will be with DCS for the second year. And on the following slide, you can see that I'm your main point of contact for any of the following: schedules and classes. I want to talk a little bit about this. So I know at the beginning of the year, some of you or many of you may have questions or concerns about your schedules or your child's schedules. Feel free to reach out to me, send me an email. I will respond within 24 hours. If you want to have a Zoom meeting, just specify it in the email and then I will be scheduling it for you. I'm also the point of contact for you if you have any questions about your child's academic progress or performance, grades, anything related to that. Also graduation requirements and progress towards graduation. I want to accentuate that every single course in a high school counts towards your graduation. So if you're transitioning from the 8th grade in the 9th grade, every single class that you take matters because you have to have a certain amount of credits for graduation, right? And then if you fail any of the classes, then you will be in need of credit recovery for that specific class. And this is something that I also handle. As you can see here, it's number 5 on the slide. I'm also the point of contact for any questions related to dual enrollment programs. We have an established partnership with Barry University, and students can start taking dual enrollment with Barry University when they are in the 11th grade. We might have an opening for the 10th grade for next year, but this year, this option has been limited to juniors and seniors only due to the pandemic and due to the changes in the eligibility requirements. Also, if your child wants to take dual enrollment courses with Miami-Dade College, I'm also the person to ask about that. I'm also the one who can provide you with an SAT or ACT waiver. I understand that this is kind of early for 9th and 10th graders, but just be advised. A counselor is the person who can give you an exam waiver so you don't have to pay, of course, if you're eligible. And you can check on the eligibility with me as well. College application process down the road and scholarships and financial aid application process. When you're in your junior year, in your senior year, this is something I can help you with. Here's my email. Again, feel free to reach out. When I'm at school, and I'm at school pretty much every day, you can call the school and then Ms. Gaston, she can transfer the call to me and I will respond. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Dr. Grisham. As you can see, everyone, we have an amazing team that supports our students and teachers, and you met a few of them this evening. Really, if you have any issues at all, Mr. Schofield is just a whiz with technology, and don't get ground down in any technology issues without getting any assistance. Ms. Santiago provides support in many different areas, so make sure you stay in touch with her, and by all means, make sure you get to know Dr. Grisham, because at your junior and senior year, she will be your best friend in helping your student get into the college that they want to with the financial aid maximized to the extent that's possible. So really hope you had an opportunity just to make a connection with their face this evening and what they do for the school, and we'll continue to build on that. You know, at the end of these kind of events, one of the things we always do is we have an opportunity to kind of walk around and shake hands and get to know each other and ask questions. Unfortunately, we don't have the opportunity to do that. So I just want to thank you for attending, let you know I'll see you all on Thursday. I'll be visiting classes, and so students, I'm really looking forward to seeing you in those classes. One of the things I really enjoy about virtual learning for me is I get to get into a whole lot of classes because it's just a click of a button or two, and I can bounce around and visit a lot of classrooms and get to know a lot of you what's going on in your classrooms. I would just say, parents, we haven't had any opportunity for interaction. If there are questions that you have, please shoot me an email. I'll be glad to respond to those as soon as possible, so that you start the year off with all the information that you need. So thanks once again. Look forward to a great year, starting virtually and hopefully at some point, not too distant future, transferring back to in-person instruction, so we can look forward to that. Thanks again, and I'll see you all on Thursday.
Bye-bye. Have a great school year.